Well, I must say I was slightly horrified to hear that Ramadan is being promoted instead. I do think that we are culturally a Christian country.
Is Richard Dawkins converting to Christianity? This video is absolutely rocking the world today, as it seems like Dawkins, who famously is against Christianity, may be changing his tune on the matter. Let's take a look.
I call myself a cultural Christian. I'm not a believer, but there's a distinction between being a believing Christian and being a cultural Christian. And so, I love hymns and Christmas carols, and um, I I sort of feel at home in the Christian ethos. I feel that we are a Christian country in that sense. It's true that statistically, the number of people who actually believe in Christianity is going down, and I'm happy with that. But I would not be happy if, for example, we lost all our cathedrals and our beautiful parish churches. So I count myself a cultural Christian. I think it wouldn't matter if certainly if we substituted any alternative religion, that would be truly dreadful.
Well, which brings
Um,
me to my supplementary point, which is that, as we know, church attendance is plummeting, but the erection of mosques across Europe, I think 6,000 are under construction, and there are many more, are being planned. So do you regard that as a problem? Do you think that matters?
yes, I do really. I don't, I have to choose my words carefully. If I had to choose between Christianity and Islam, I choose Christianity every single time. It seems to me to be a fundamentally decent religion.
Seems quite shocking, actually, coming from Richard Dawkins, saying that he'd choose Christianity every time over Islam. And I think, as he says, although he is not a believer in Christianity, when we get to a point where you see that Islam is seemingly taking over in a Christian country, on Easter weekend we've got Happy Ramadan across the streets of London, I think he's starting to wake up and see him that maybe there are actually some benefits to at least being culturally Christian in this country.
In a way that I think Islam is not.
I think you're going to have to explain why you say that, Professor Dawkins. Why is Islam
Well, the way
fundamentally
that
not decent like Christianity?
yes, the way women are treated. Christianity is not great about that. It's had its problems with female vicars and female bishops and things, but there's an active hostility to women, which is promoted, I think, by the holy books of Islam. I'm not talking about individual Muslims, who, of course, are quite different, but the doctrines of Islam, the Hadith and the Quran, is fundamentally hostile to women, hostile to gays. Um, and I find that I like to live in a culturally Christian country, although I do not believe a single word of the Christian faith.
Really, really interesting from Richard Dawkins there. I think that what he is saying is very brave, because we live in an era when to criticize a religion is seen as racist, even though religion and race are very different. Race is something you are born with that you cannot help, and religion, although you may be born into a religious family, it is at the end of the day a set of ideas that deserves to be criticized. And I think that he criticized the ideas, the problems with women's and gays that we see in other religions that are not found so much in religions like Christianity. I think he did very eloquently and very reasonably. I think I would go along with what Richard is saying here, and that I probably take a similar point of view to him, in that I never used to be religious in the past. I am not a believer in God, but I think that as I have seen this assault on Christianity arise, I've definitely come to appreciate Christian values much, much more, even if that means I'm not, say, a true believer in God and the word of the Bible. But I think that what is happening with this takeover, with Islam supposedly taking over Christianity and it becoming something that cannot be criticised. We saw Lee Anderson branded as a racist and Islamophobe, which was just absolutely ridiculous, because Islam isn't a race. I think it is quite scary what is happening, and I think that as Western societies start to break down more and more, a lot of people are asking, is this because of the breakdown of religion and the breakdown of Christian values? So maybe this is a time when the cohesion and the morality and the values that Christianity brings is really, really important. Let me know what you think. I think that this is an interesting debate. Do you think that this makes Richard Dawkins a hypocrite of some kind, or do you think that what he says is consistent with his previous messaging? And do you think that it is right to criticise Islam in the way that Richard Dawkins just had? It's a contentious subject. I want to know your thoughts. Leave me a message in the comments. I will be responding to as many of you as I can. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. I will see you very soon.